Hello, Larry here, and welcome to Larry's Pin Case Talk. This is number 14. Well, how is everybody doing this Sunday, June the 11th? I'm kind of kicking back in the pin room, and I've got some questions that has been sent to me by some viewers that I'm going to get to shortly. So grab yourself a chair, get yourself a drink, popcorn, relax, kick back, and spend some time with me. So, first of all, as I once said a while back, that when I reached the subscribers for 2,000, I was going to give away this beautiful Martin Baldona fountain pen. And let me just show it to you. Here is the pen, the warranty card, and the model, date of purchase, dealer, all the good stuff you need. Simple, but kind of a nice looking box. So here is the beautiful pen. Beautiful, deep swirl blue, rich colored with a touch of yellow. So, enough of that for right now. Back to this pen in the giveaway. Well, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to give it away when I reach 2,000 subscribers. I thought, nah, why give that away at 2,000? Why not give it away when I reach 1,000 subscribers? And I'm getting pretty darn close to it. Thanks, folks. When I reach 1,000, I'm going to give this great looking pen away. Wherever, to whomever, it doesn't matter. As long as I have your full name, address, zip code, and if you're overseas, especially a phone number, because they tend to ask me those questions about a phone number periodically. So, with that said, but it's going to be, this is first place for number one. Then I'm going to have, I'm not sure on this yet, maybe 2 or 3 more giveaways. First, second, third, fourth. And what those prizes will be a mystery. I'll leave it at that. But it's going to be a big giveaway. I'm celebrating my 1,000 subscribers soon. So, yeah, I'm getting excited because it's getting pumped up. It's getting close. Thanks to you guys out there. Subscribers are coming in left and right. That's fabulous, man. I thank you guys. Now, on the Pin Case Talk, it's where you, the subscriber, the viewer, the watcher, can send me whatever questions you feel like asking me. And I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. And I've gotten all kinds of questions. So let me start off with some of the questions. They might not be in the exact order, but let's get on with it. One of the viewers asked me, Larry, what size shirt and pants do I wear? Well, first of all, on the shirt, I wear a medium. On the pants, well, I wear Levi blue jeans. That's it. Size 30 waist, 30 length. That's my favorite jeans. And how you see me now, there's my jeans and shirt and bow tie. Sometimes I wear a sport coat with that. So I hope that answered the question. Giveaways. One person asked me, how many giveaways do I plan on giving this year? Good question, because that's one I don't know. Whenever I guess the mood hits me, bang, then you'll know, because I try to plan it, but then I forget or something comes up. So the way I planned it now is maybe it's spur of the moment type thing or a day before. But I always have in mind what I'll be giving away. Who can receive the giveaways? Who can receive the giveaways? Well, anybody can receive them. But if you're meaning would I give away to anybody in the world or the U.S.? Well, it doesn't matter as long as you don't live in Mars or Venus. I don't know if I could afford that kind of shipping. Just joking. Another question is, and thank you for your concern, my pain level. Well, my pain level can vary from day to day, but am I always in pain? Yes. That's just something I'll have to live with for the rest of my life. And I take pain pills for that. Do they help? Some. Not a lot. I have to endure the pain, and sometimes to help me, I have these big giant square ice packs, and they're frozen, ice cold, and I put a towel around it, and I'll put it on the bed, and I'll lay on top of that, right on the center, wherever the pain is. So here's my spine, right here, and then I'll put the ice pack down. Here's the ice pack, and I come over here and I'll lay down, and let's just say boom, right there. And I may lay on it for hours. I've been known just to sleep that way. And what that ice pack does, it freezes the nerves in the spine, and it'll stop that pain. Another question was, how old was I when I first started out with fountain pens? Well, I was 10 years old. And my first fountain pen, I believe, was a Sheaffer. I think they call them now student pens. They're like the transparent, different colors. I believe mine was blue. And it had the ink cartridges. That's what I used. So, why a fountain pen? You know, it was something different, new. I've never seen one. You know, ballpoint pens, yes, pencils, crayons, but mechanical pencils, but never have I experienced a fountain pen. So we were at the store one day, and in fact, we were buying school supplies, and I mentioned to my mom, could I get a fountain pen, because I remember my teacher, Miss Grace Thompson from Liddy B. Clayton, rest in peace, teacher, great teacher, just one of the top-notch teachers. Let the whole class know that we were allowed to use fountain pens. So, asked Mom, could I get a fountain pen, and I got one. More about that later if you're interested. Another question is, why do you wear a bow tie at times? That's just me. You know, I've always liked to dress, but a casual dress, and I like the bow tie, but I quit wearing bow ties for a year. When I got ill is really when I stopped wearing them. But later it kind of hit me again to get back to wearing my bow ties. So yeah, I love bow ties. These are not the ones you actually tie, and I'm learning how to do those. I've got a few of those. These are the ones that are already made, which you just clip, will have a strap, and you can size it on your neck, and then it hooks on. I just like them. I think they're sharp looking. Got some interesting questions. What kind of music do you like? Great question. Well, buddy, I'm rock and roll all the way through. 50s, I grew up in the 50s, love 50s, love 60s. 70s was great. Then it kind of started dying off for me. In the 80s, just a few artists I liked. And really from, I guess, the 90s, especially now, I'm just not feeling it. What's your favorite ink pen? The dreaded question. That has always been a hard one for me to answer. Let me see if I can answer some of it. I can probably give you an idea of one or two. You know what? I don't think I can answer that. I've yet to answer it, right? Because all the pens in this pen case I love. I can tell you that I do love the Karas Custom fountain pens a lot. Great pen. The titanium nib. And I've got a few more in here. So, is it hard for me to choose? Yes. And why is that so difficult? Because, like I said before, should we let me get a drink? Diet Coke. Why is it so difficult for me to choose my favorite pen? Well, if I knew the answer, I sure would share it with everybody. I just love pens in general. My next pens I plan on buying is the Edison. It's the one. It's Edison Collier, the orange-looking one. God, I forgot the name. Starts with a P. Persimmons, I believe it's called. Beautiful pen. And then I want to get the one with the blue one that would be next to Collier. So kind of saving up for that right now. They're like $150. That's a lot of money. But if you really love a certain pen, you'll save up what you can to buy that pen. And I have limits. You know, I'll never go over a certain price. And don't forget, it's taken me a couple of years to get some of my higher end pens because I have to save. So, next question. Favorite nib size? Good one. My favorite all-time nib size has been a medium nib. I really never cared for the fine nib till I think it was when I got a Delta fine nib. I love the way the Delta nibs lay down the ink. I'm not into dry nibs. They're just a big turnoff for me. I like my pen juicy and wet. And then I tried a Lamy fine nib. That was nice and wet as well. So I love those nibs. Not all nibs are equal. So it depends on the wetness of the nib. But mediums is my favorite. But I started loving the broad nibs a whole lot. And that's when I got some Vanishing Point broad nibs. But my taste went back and forth, broad to medium, broad to medium. So then I wanted to start exploring other nib sizes because I felt that I was limiting myself on the nibs. Get out, be adventurous, explore, experiment, learn what other nibs are like. So I did that. I bought some Edison's, Anderson, and Knox nib. Fine, medium, broad, 1.1, 1.5, and a 1.9. And I even have some Fountain Pen Revolution nibs that I will be reviewing soon. That'll be exciting. But the nibs are all made at the same place in Germany, just like the Edison nib. Just have different names, either Anderson or Goulet or Knox nib or whatever. And I love the way they write. You know, I went to the 1.1. I liked it. It didn't really do much for me. And I tried the 1.5. It's okay. I mean, I wasn't overcome, but like, oh man, what a nib. I mean, they wrote well. I'm not saying that at all. They're well made. It was just my taste for the size of nibs. And, you know, I do have some Monteverde 1.1 and some Lamy 1.1. So, you know, I mean, I have those nibs. They just, I was still falling back to the medium for some reason. I've got some nice medium-sized nibs that are really nice and wet and juicy. So, the pen I fell in love with, one of the pens I fell in love with was when Neil bought me that Keras Custom. Him and Melissa went in on it, and it's the aluminum with a brass grip, good looking olive green pen, just knocked my eyeballs out, with a titanium nib, which I truly love those nibs. I love those titanium nibs just as much as I love a gold nib. They're up there, and they're just nice, wet, great writers. For me, I'm not speaking for anybody else, because others may say they don't like them, or they're this and they're that. Well, that's them. This is me. So, but here's the latest development on nibs. I rotate my pens, right? And in my Jinhao pens, the 159s, 450s, 750s, I get all three, 159, 450s, and 750. I have different size nibs. I have from Anderson, Goulet, Knox nib. I have those nibs in those pens from medium, broad, 1.5, 1.1, one size. So I've been using the pens, rotating them, and Lord behold, that I fell in love with the 1.5 now. I don't know what happened, but right now it's all about 1.5. So on my next pen, the Edison Collier, I'm going to get a 1.5. So I hope that I'm still having this drive for the 1.5. I do like the way they write. They fit my writing style much better. It improves my writing a whole lot. And if I don't like it, I can always order another nib. What, they're about $24. Screw on, screw off, very easy. So that's what's on the nibs. My taste changes. Don't ask me why. I've always been that way. Here's an interesting question. Is it okay to use ballpoint pens gel pens, roller balls, and pencils. Sure, there's no law against that. You know, it's your life. You surround your life with the things you enjoy that makes you happy, that makes you complete, that makes you feel good inside. I have a few ballpoint pens that I use in demonstration purposes. Gel pens and rollerball pens that I've acquired because other viewers have requested to see how they write on different papers. So there's nothing wrong with that, nothing to be ashamed about. Now, the true hardcore fountain pen person would probably go, "Oh no, are you kidding me? Ugh!" Well, I can understand where they're coming from. I'm a fountain pen guy, right? I love fountain pens. That's what I use. Would I carry a ballpoint pen every day to write with? No. A rollerball pen? No. A gel pen? No. But I do carry a gel pen, Papermate gel pen, and a Cross rollerball pen in my man's bag just in case something comes up for a backup emergency. But I also carry my Preppy, which I've done for years with only one ink, the Noodler's Bay State Blue. And it works very well to this day. When are you going to do more coloring videos? Yeah, I tend to forget about that one. I need to do one, right? I guess I'll get started on one. I have enough coloring books to do that. Probably use maybe some colored pencils, crayons. Yeah, I will put that on my list. Thank you for bringing that one up. What is my favorite paper and what do I recommend? Number 12. Okay. My favorite paper. Well, my favorite all-time paper when I write my pen pals or letters is Tomoe River paper, the 58 Gs. I like the 64 Gs. I believe that's the grade of paper. I've used it from time to time, but the 58 is, I believe it's 58, is my favorite. It's real thin, and it just works so well with fountain pens. The ink just looks really great. It brings the ink true colors out. So that's my favorite for letters. But I do use, Rhodia, Life, Aprica, just a few here. This one, Good Gravy, Clairefontaine, and really, I use UberWorks. I like their new notebook that's out. In fact, I use one at this time as one of my ink journals that I do all my inks in. So that's one of them. And I carry a traveler's notebook with me. And I always carry my traveler passport with me. And in those notebooks, I carry the Goulet Tomoe River paper. What else? Well, I got some pens in the other day for review. These are just a few. This one I came in from Mass Drop, and I'll just surprise everybody when I do it. And this one, I've opened it, and this is what they look like. And that's all I'm going to say or show for now, because you want to stay tuned and watch my presentation on these pens. It's going to be totally different, because I'm different, right? I like to do things different. I don't like to copy other reviewers. This is my own style, my own thing, my own way of showing things, my own presentation. That's what it's about, right? And I'd like to remind everybody that the current giveaway that's going on right now will end this Tuesday at 5. So, remember how to get in on it. And I've gotten quite a big response from that one. Doing very well. I've got pens on the way. Also, I've got the Lorelei. Is that how you say that pen? I've got that. And it's been like over a month, but it's coming. I've got the Jinhaos, the spiral ones, the 992s or whatever they're called. I've got about 4 or 5 of those. I've got Heroes coming in. Of course, and all those would be giveaways. So I've got a lot of pens coming in. It just takes a long time for them to come in from China. Yeah, there's been reviews on them, but I've already ordered the pens, and I think the reviewers have got theirs faster than I've got mine. So, what else? I've got an upcoming video on the Brewer Direct out in the UK. That place has really got some great things going on with them. You need to check out their site. I'm serious. They got some cool stuff I've never seen before or heard of. I just enjoy going to their site and look at all the goodies. I said, look at this and look at that. So especially for you people in the UK, you need to check out their shop. Alright, well, been about 30 minutes for this pen case talk. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me and hear me ramble on and on. So remember, this is the place, if you want to ask me any questions you want, email those questions to me, and I will do my best to answer them. Just bring them on. That's what I'm here for. Alright, time to go. And don't forget, next Sunday's Father's Day. And hit that like button, leave your comments, email me some questions. I'll get back to you. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Peace, love, and don't text and drive. Later.